we are going to see about the benign lesions of the cervix. So what happened? Cervical stenosis. Stenosis, that is the pathology or pathological narrowing of the endocervical canal, and it is usually an iatrogenic phenomena. So if we see what is this? This is the endocervix, this is the ectocervix, and if there is a pathological narrowing which is present over here, this is called as a cervical stenosis. So it is a heterogenic phenomena. So now what are the causes of it? If we see the causes one, so it is the surgical event. So treatment of pre-malignant diseases of the cervix using cone biopsy or loud diathermy can lead to such type of the pathology. So if there is an endometrial ablation affecting the ablation, that is removing of the bowel. If there is a trauma to the cervix or repeated vaginal infections or any radiation treatment or atrophy to the cervix after the menopause. So these are the reasons for what is it. What we see, this is the normal cervix. Then what is we see that there is a scar which is present over here. So here is the scar, that is the pathology. Here is the scar, or it is the long scar which can lead to such type of the pathology. So what are the symptoms which are related with it? So it may be associated with that of irregular menstrual cycle, dysmenorrhea and chronic pelvic pain. If you see why this is, because during the whatever the bleeding which has to be take place normally, due to this constriction, so whatever the discharge from the endometrium, it is not regular, so it is the irregular menstrual bleeding that can leads to. Or what happened, the uterus for the discharge, it has to be contract. So during contraction, it has more contraction because of the some pathology, so it leads to the dysmenorrhea. And if the nerves get compression, so there is a chronic pelvic pain. That is the symptoms which are going to present over here. So that is the reason why there is a chronic pelvic pain. So what is it? It is after menopause, cervical stenosis may be present but not cause symptoms. It may be there, but it does not cause the symptoms as such. So what are the complications which can be present? So due to complications, it may be hematometra. What is it meaning of? It is a collection or retention of blood in the uterus. What is hemato? Hemato stand for blood. Collection of the blood. That is what you see in this ultrasonographic reports. If you see, this is the hematoma. Upper side, it is what we are going to see. The bladder. Here it is the collection of this blood. That is hematometra, and this is a uterine cavity. That is it. And the pyometra. What is pyometra? If the that is the infection of the uterus, that is pyometra. And the infertility, because why? The sperm cannot pass through the cervix to fertilize the eggs. As what we know that for the, if it is normal, from here the sperms go upside and get fertilized into the fallopian tubes. That is what we see in this. If this path it is normal, the sperms go upside and in the fallopian tubes they get united. But if there is a pathology or stenosis which is present over here, the sperm cannot go upside and it leads to the, if the sperm is not there, so it leads to the infertility. That is related with the this one, symptoms of it. Now complications. Now what is the diagnosis? So what is the clinical evaluation we can think about it? So maybe suspect based on the whatever the symptoms and the signs. And the second, inability to obtain sample of tissue from the cervix for a diagnostic test, that is PAP or HPV test we can think about. And confirm the diagnosis by trying to pass a probe through the cervix into the uterus. So if you are going to start, if the normal probe is passed from here, so it goes normal in the uterus. But if there is some stenosis which is present over here, the probe is not able to go inside of it. So that is the pathology that is related with that topic. If cervical stenosis cause symptoms or uterine abnormality, that is hematometra. So what we have to do it is the cervical cytology, and endometrial biopsy should be done to exclude cancer. So what we have to think about it, if there is some symptoms of this, so what we have to do it, we have to take the scrapings from here and send on the slide and see whether there is a cancer. Or second, what we can think, take the part of it and send, that is taking the part of it and sending further for the investigation, that is called as a biopsy. So now last part, that is the treatment. So what is physically binding the cervix with instrument called a dilator, inserted one by one until the appropriate dilatation has been reached, and under ultrasound or hysteroscopic guidance. So if you introduce the dilator inside of it, so that one is, in some cases the doctor will then insert a cervical stent, which is tube that can be keep the cervix from reclosing. The stent may be remain in the cervix for 4 to 6 weeks. That is what we can use over here.